introducing a bag that needs no introduction, but who is literally the crown jewel of my collection. This is the 2015 Wedding Bells clutch from Kate Spade. Just to give some backstory, my stepmom bought a flamingo Kate Spade bag in 2019. I was obsessed because up until that point I'd never paid Kate Spade, the brand, any mind. Upon Googling, because I tried to find my own version of the flamingo bag, I discovered they make penguin bags. Now, anyone who knows me will know I am penguin obsessed, and I have been since I was 6. I'm now 38. Monty is his name, and I'm going to explain the story. So, I went down this rabbit hole of researching Kate Spade, and I found this beautiful bag quite by accident, and it was worn by Maisie Williams to, I believe, the 2015 or 2016 Emmys, and it is a beautiful handbag, and it is incredibly hard to find. There's an alternative version of this bag where it's this flat, all in leather with glitter, and it's called the Clifton Crossbody. I have that bag. A friend of mine who I know through Instagram, I jokingly refer to her as my handbag friend because we both have a mutual love/obsession with handbags. She found it for me mislabeled on eBay as a Tory Burch bag, and I got it for £20, and I love that bag. I wear that bag on like days out, evenings out, etc. when I need something a bit more hardy, but I want something fun, because it fits in my bag and all my stuff, whereas most of these, because of the size of them, they're designed for things of the time. You know, in 2015, our phones were a lot smaller. You know, my 2011 phone would fit into... Anyway, I spent years searching for this bag when I discovered it existed in 2019. I've only found it for sale twice. Once for sale on eBay at its full retail, which is like £300. I'm not paying £300 for a bag. I know I say that because I've just recently bought that very beautiful cocktail bag, but at the time I wouldn't have. Somebody who lived in the States, who bought it and never wore it, offered it to me, but because I don't live in the States, in the end she said no. And we tried to figure out the logistics with a friend of mine who lives there, but it was more hassle than it was worth. Anyway, after years of searching, one Sunday in early 2022, I was on eBay. On and off, I spent about, I want to say 8 hours on eBay looking for this bag. So there's somebody I follow on here called Morgan. She lives out in Dubai. She has a beautiful handbag collection. I believe her name's Morgan Butler. I will tag her in my comments. And I said, you know, can you find me this bag? She's like, no. I can't find it. I had been perusing and cruising eBay for weeks for this bag, and I kept coming across a very damaged tiger from their Las Vegas collection. And if it hadn't had a weird broken clasp, because it's got a clasp similar to this, and because it feeds into the frame, you can't replace it. I was going to buy the bag, do it up for fix it and do it up for a friend of mine. But unfortunately, because the clasp was broken, it was beyond repair. Anyway, I thought to myself, what if I find the bag on eBay damaged? So I started searching on eBay, and instead of like penguin clutch or whatever, I tried to find it just under Kate Spade bag. And after, I kid you not, on and off that 8 hours of searching, I found it. Damaged, missing 90% of his crystals, as a job lot with a bunch of jewellery. It came with a necklace, a bracelet, a damaged ring, and a charm. The charm itself is actually really cool, because I'm just going to press him down. I love him. He's just full of spare crystals and bits. But if you look, it's a charm that's actually a miniature of him, which I think is adorable. And so I bought him. I paid expedited shipping. I got stung on customs. I literally watched him. He came 15,500 and I believe 83 or 53 kilometres. But I was urgently watching him every step of the way. He arrived And then I had to research what kind of size crystals, because the crystals they use are somewhere between 3mm and 3.2. And I'd recently finished another bedazzling project, so I'd only just started getting into bedazzling at this point. And I fixed him. I painstakingly replaced every last one of the missing crystals. Crystals do still come off of him from time to time, which is why I keep the spares, but I absolutely love this penguin. I know I said in my lips handbag video about like the way people are like, oh my god, about my bag. Whenever I wear him out, people literally stop me and go, oh my god, your bag. And I love it. Not because I love the attention, but I love that people recognise it's this really cool, beautiful piece. And it's one of those things that not actually a lot of people have in their collections. A lot of people have the leather version, but not this. And you know what? He was worth every penny. I freaking love him. And yeah, he is a permanent part of my handbag collection. I will never get rid of him. I genuinely adore him. He is so freaking cool. I love him. He is amazing. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.